Everybody, so in today's video we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting question about if I've ever had to put somebody to sleep or if I've ever broken anybody's arm in any kind of context. So we'll get that started right now. What's up everybody, my name is Chasen Hill. I'm a jiu-jitsu instructor. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. I've been teaching and training now for over 12 years. So if you like all things jiu-jitsu, this is a pretty good channel for you guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below and we'll get into today's video. I have a question from one of my subscribers. His name is Jack, and Jack has asked actually if I have had to ever put anybody to sleep. I'm thinking he's meaning if I accidentally put anybody to sleep, not intentionally, or if I've ever broken anybody's arm or joint while training or in a tournament. I'm assuming that's what he was meaning. So thanks for the question, Jack, and the answer to that is yes, I have. I've actually put a couple people to sleep, not on purpose, of course, by any means. I would never ever do that. Luckily, I've never broken anyone's arm or broken a joint completely that I'm aware of, that a student has ever notified me. I've definitely have probably cranked on some arms and things a little too far and probably tweaked some things. I think everyone probably will do that in their jiu-jitsu career. It's part of the learning phase. I think nowadays, safety is a lot more implicated across the board, which I'm extremely thankful for because that helps me, that helps my students not get hurt. Kind of back in the day when I started training, it was a lot more dog eat dog. The submissions were put on a lot harder than they are now that I've seen. It was more of kind of you had to prove your point back in the day of whenever I first started training, and now everyone's a lot nicer to each other. Putting somebody to sleep, I've never done it in a tournament since luckily everyone's always tapped and I've been able to, that's been stopped before anything bad has happened. But in the gym, I've actually put two people to sleep. One was from a collar choke. It was actually a bow and arrow choke, and I think that they thought they had a little bit more time than they did, but then as they're moving around, they end up thinking they had more time. They're moving, and all of a sudden they just stopped moving and they were out. They were put to sleep. The next one was a head and arm choke from the kind of mounted position off to the side. Those are probably the two most common ways that people probably get put to sleep, especially in the beginning, because they're two chokes that either get sunk on really quick and they're extremely tight and hard to get out of. So yes, luckily I've actually never been put to sleep that I can remember. I don't believe I've ever been put to sleep. Watched some people go to sleep. I've watched actually a lot of people go to sleep before, whether it's been by me or by one of my other partners, but I've never been put to sleep. Never, I think, separated or broken somebody's arm, thankfully, or separated an elbow or tweaked a shoulder too bad. Everything that I have done has just kind of been, twisted the wrong way or moved a little too fast, and it's been a little sore and tender. But I've never seen that. One of the craziest things I've ever seen from an arm lock is a dislocated bicep. Wasn't by me, it was by another student. It was two of my students actually. And from what I have been told, it was because the person was doing what was called an S grip. When you're locking your hands like this, it's a very common defense from the arm lock position to hold your hands this tight. What was happening is because he was holding his hand, so if you guys can imagine like this, he was holding his hand so tight that he was flexing his biceps so hard that I believe it's called the short head. The short head of the bicep right here actually came off the bone and shifted up, which is crazy. So he was actually holding his arm so tight and he was doing like a bicep curl so tight right there that the insertion of the muscle came off the bone, and he actually had to have surgery to reattach it. That was kind of a weird one because it wasn't really like anyone was overextending an arm lock or pulling too hard. There probably was a little bit of a counter pull by a student who was pulling a little bit this direction, so that was causing him to pull this way, and it just popped off, which is crazy to me. That I've never seen that happen from someone just defending themselves. So yeah, these are extremely common things that can happen around the gym. You will probably either get put to sleep, you will put somebody to sleep, probably once or twice in your jiu-jitsu career, or you're definitely going to see it, especially if you hang around enough tournaments and hang around in the gym. It just happens. The best thing I can give you guys advice on how to avoid putting people to sleep or to not get put to sleep yourself is definitely tap early and tap often. Even if you think the choke's not quite in all the way, go go ahead and tap. Even if you think your arm has a little bit more to give, go ahead and tap. We just don't want to get used to waiting too long to tap to certain submissions. Now, I understand if this is World Championships or this is Pan Ams or ADCC finals, I would probably not tap and let my arm go or get put to sleep if I thought I had a chance to escape. But there's no need to do that while you're training in the gym with your buddies and just getting a little bit of practice in. So I thought that was a cool question. I'd never been asked that before, but yes, I have put some people to sleep, and yes, I have seen some arms kind of get a little torn up and everything. Thank you guys for the questions. Make sure you comment down below if you've ever seen anybody been put to sleep, or if you've ever put somebody to sleep. Please let me know down below. I would love to hear your guys' feedback. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.